Hello everyone, welcome to our exciting online event on Introduction to Microsoft Fabric. And our speaker for the day is Anmol Malviya, a Microsoft certified analyst and a Fabric analytics engineer. So now moving to who we are and where we stand for. So we are multi-cloud for you. We are having more than 100,000 strong technologists from all over the globe, and we are specialized in multi-cloud strategies, data science, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and extreme engineering. And we also help technologists to share their learning and to get the opportunity through our platform, which is www.fifthia.com. So now how we are growing. So we have conducted more than 1,000 sessions till now, and we are having more than 400 speakers and 3,000 members who are associated with our platform. These are few of our master mentors who are associated with our platform. We are also an academic partner with Alibaba Cloud, and these are the few courses that we have done in line with Alibaba Cloud. And you can go through all these courses through our platform, which is www.fifthia.com. So now how we help. We help in building your knowledge, digital presence, and helping you in orders when you are looking for a job through our community. And we are a global data consulting digital business transformation firm ranked by CIO Tech among all the top 10 digital business transformation consulting startup in India. And we are a community focused tech firm dedicated to aiding businesses in digital transformation through data engineering, automation, custom application, analytics, and science, demonstrated by ongoing community investment at www.fifthia.com. So now, as a part of our community, we will provide a free certificate to all the registered participants. So I request all the attendees who have not registered for the event, please register through the given link, which is www.fifthia.com. And the certificate will be issued from our side within 1 week. This is the sample certificate which we will provide you for the completion of this event. So now moving to the speaker of the day, who is Anmol Malviya. He is Microsoft certified data analyst, fabric analytics engineer. He is Microsoft D365 data analyst partner, founder of Anmol Power BI Corner, and his expertise are in Power BI, Microsoft Fabric, data visualization, data modeling, SQL, and many more. And for more information about Anmol Malviya, you can go through his social media link, which is given here. Now over to Anmol Malviya.
Sure. So, hello everyone. I'm excited to connect with you all. We are going to discuss about Microsoft Fabric, and I will walk you through the introduction and the core components of Microsoft Fabric, and then I will also show you a demo of how you can enable the Microsoft Fabric trial, how you can create workspace for Microsoft Fabric, and how you can create various components for it. So, I will quickly share my screen, walk you through what is Microsoft Fabric. Is it visible?
Yes, Anmol, it's visible.
Okay, so let's start. So when we talk about Microsoft Fabric, Microsoft is calling it as a analytics in the era of AI. And when we think here Microsoft Fabric and what it is. So Microsoft Fabric is basically a comprehensive data platform which is designed to simplify the way organization can handle their data. Because when we work on a real-time project, there are end-to-end various methods which we have to apply in a data analytics project. Firstly, we have to import the data, then we have to transform it, and then we can create various reports or dashboards. So the to complete all this process at a single place, Microsoft Fabric has been introduced. So as you can see, Microsoft Fabric does it all in a unified solution. And it is an end-to-end analytics platform which will bring together all the data and analytics tools which organization needs to go from the data lake to the business user. So if you want to understand it in a simple terms, so I will quickly first walk you through the end-to-end process. So whenever starting a project, the data is lying on various sources and in various formats. It can be either on a cloud source, it can be either on a local machine, it can be in various formats like Parquet format or CSV format or Excel format. To combine all these data and to present this in the form of reports, we have to perform various steps. So the first step for a in our data project is to import the data at a single place. So firstly, we will import the data from the various sources to a single warehouse. Then we will transform it according to the need. And then we will use that transformed data to create various reports or visualization. And for this entire process, there are various tools which are needed. You can see on the screen there is Data Factory, Synapse Data Engineering, Synapse Data Warehouse, Synapse Data Science, Real-Time Analytics, Data Activator, and Power BI. So what happened earlier was various copy of data has been formed because at first the data is lying at a source place. So one copy of data is found at that place. Then we have bring that data into our warehouse. Then another copy of data will get created. Then we uh, transform it and store it at another place, so another copy of data will get created. And when we import that data into Power BI using import mode, in the direct query mode the data lie on the source itself, but let's say if we are using the import mode, then another copy of data will get created. So to avoid all this, what Microsoft did is Microsoft created one lake. So the data will reside there only and we can use it at various places, so only one copy of data will be needed. And this will provide a unified experience, such as it is a software as a service product experience. It will provide you security and governance. It will also helpful for compute and storage, and it will also make effective the business model. So this is the basic overview of Microsoft Fabric. Now we will talk in detail about each part of the Microsoft Fabric. So firstly, Microsoft Fabric is AI assisted. You can find Copilot and Microsoft AI skills. There are various tools. Copilot is also integrated within all the tools of the Microsoft. So we can use AI to analyze our data, to create logics, to create reports. Within Power BI itself, Copilot is now available, which will create the end-to-end report. You just have to enter the prompts, you have to explain what you need, and it will perform the work for you. Then it will create shared workspaces. Now let's say there are various members in your team who are working on various tasks. So uh, it will provide you the option to work together and collaborate, and it will also help you to keep the backup of your files, to restore them, and it will also provide the universal compute capacities. So other than that, one security and one lake, as I've explained earlier. So these are few major components. And then we have services provided within Microsoft Fabric, which you can see Data Factory. So this is particularly used to import the data from the source. We have the data pipeline and data flows within the Data Factory. Then the other part is Synapse Data Engineering. Within this we can create notebooks, we can create environments, and within the notebook you can use PySpark, PySQL, R language, and there are various other options available. Then data science, you can perform machine learning, you can create models to on your data. Then Synapse data warehousing, in which you can store the data. There are two options available. First one is lakehouse and the second one is warehouse. We will talk about that in detail further. Other than that, Synapse real-time analytics is also available. Power BI is a tool which is particularly used to create visualization, to create reports and dashboards. And then we have data activator to set custom alert, or if you have to any threshold, then you can set it into it. So these are few major services which is available within Microsoft Fabric. Now moving ahead, why someone will prefer Microsoft Fabric over other already existing tools? So if we see the tools available within Fabric, Data Factory, Power BI, Synapse Data Engineering, all these are available earlier. So what's new in Microsoft Fabric? So Microsoft Fabric is not a new technology, we can say. It is a combination of all the existing technologies with some advanced features. So what Microsoft did is, earlier it is difficult to manage various licensing, various tools for a single person. Let's say I am a person who manage the licensing part for an organization. So it will be difficult for me to purchase a license for Power BI, then purchase a separate license for Synapse, then purchase a separate license for Data Factory. And this will also uh, increase the work. So to simplify all this, Microsoft has introduced the Microsoft Fabric license, and whenever we purchase the Microsoft Fabric license, we get access to all the tools available within the Microsoft Fabric capacity. So firstly, it is simplifies the licensing issue. Then it is flexible to use. No pre allocation is required, and the same set of capacities can be used for the any workload. So you can at the same place, we can say Microsoft Fabric services. We can create lakehouse, we can create warehouse. Everything can be done at a single place. It will also cost effective, because if we combine the cost of various licenses, then as compared to Microsoft Fabric, it will be higher. So Microsoft Fabric will reduce the cost. It will also value the optimization, and it will provide transparent monitoring. So these are few benefits which we get within the Microsoft Fabric. So the now moving ahead, the integral part of Microsoft Fabric is OneLake. And OneLake is a single unified software as a service data lake which contain automatically provisioned with every tenant without additional infrastructure to manage. So the main aim of introducing OneLake is to provide all the user access to the data at a single place, so that we don't have to create multiple copies of data. And again, it will also provide the simplicity of purchasing, then single source of truth. It will bring in the data from anywhere, and it will reduce the cost from data duplication. So all your data will be available at a single place. And it will also provide options like row level security and object level security, so your data will be secured. So in this way, OneLake is very helpful, and it is the major part within the Microsoft Fabric environment. And you can see on the screen that all the services in the Microsoft Fabric are redirecting to OneLake. So whatever tool you use, whatever services you use, you can directly use the data from the OneLake. You don't need to create the separate copy of data, and it will also save the space so that you can work effectively. And Microsoft is calling it as a OneDrive for data. So this is all about OneLake. Now, what are the benefits of OneLake? So the major benefit is one copy for all the computes. The data is stored in a single common format, and the format is delta parquet format, because it is the standard format. And it is the delta parquet format is very fast as compared to other format when we load the data. And once the data is stored in the lake, it is directly accessible by all the engines without needing any import or export mode. So the data will reside at the source itself, but it will be very fast to load that data within your compute engine. So we will see further. Initially, we have the option to in the Power BI to import the data, or we can use the direct query mode. But now a new mode is available, which is direct lake mode. We will discuss this further, which will resolve the both the cons of import mode as well as direct query mode. And it will also OneLake also provide shared universal security model enforced across all the engines. So these are the few benefits of OneLake. So now we will move toward the direct lake mode. So as we discussed in the Power BI, when we use Power BI, there are mainly two modes which we use. The first one is direct query mode and the second one is import mode. So what happens when we use the direct query mode? The Power BI analysis service engine directly fetches the data from the direct query, so it will provide us the real time data, but this process is bit slow. And then we have the another method which is import mode, in which a new copy of data will get created within the Power BI analysis service, and this is fast, but it will be it is not storage effective, and there is limit on the size of the data which we can use. So to resolve these two, what Microsoft did is introduce one lake. So we can use the direct lake mode. It is also fast, as well as it will also provide us the latest data. So both of the benefits we get within the direct lake mode itself. So these are few things which are majorly included within the Microsoft Fabric. And now I will walk you through how we can enable the Microsoft Fabric trial, and then how what are the services we get within Microsoft Fabric we will see. So firstly, you have to come to this Microsoft Fabric website, and then you have to click on the login button, and it will redirect you to the sign up page. And then you simply have to sign up using your school account or using your organization account. The personal account will not work in the case of logging in into Microsoft Fabric. So once you sign in here, you will get this interface, and here you can see all the services which are available within Microsoft Fabric, and they are also calling it as all your data in one location, so that you can organize, you can collaborate, and you can create. As we discussed, there is Power BI, Data Factory, Data Activator, Industry Solution. This is a new feature which is recently launched by Microsoft Fabric. Then we have Real-Time Intelligence, Synapse Data Engineering, Synapse Data Science, and Synapse Data Warehouse. So firstly, we have to enable the trial experience. If you are new to the Microsoft Fabric, and if your organization has already purchased the Fabric license, then you will also already see the license type here as a Fabric. But right now you can see I have a free account, and at the bottom right corner you can see we are getting the option to enable the free trial. So you have to click on this, and then you can click on activate, and then you have to fill some details, your reason. So once you enable the trial, as I have already enabled it earlier, so I have to extend the trial. But if you are doing it for the first time, then it will automatically get enabled by simply clicking on it. So now you can see the trial has been enabled, and the Fabric trial lasts for 60 days, and then it gets expired. And for one time, you can extend it for another 60 days. So now, as you can see, the trial is enabled, and now we will see how we can create the Fabric workspace and how we can use it. So we simply have to move to the Power BI section from the bottom left corner, and you have to go to this workspace button, and then you have to click on this new workspace, and you can simply name your workspace anything you want. Right now, I will name it as a tutorial workspace, and then you can provide any description if you want to provide. And then you have to click on this advanced option. Within this advanced option, you will see various license mode is available. So to use the Microsoft Fabric, we will simply click on this trial option, and then we will click on this apply button. Now you can see that Fabric enabled workspace has been created, and you can verify this by this diamond sign which is appearing against the workspace name. If you see any other normal workspace which I have created earlier, the diamond sign is not available. So these are the normal workspace which I have created, but the tutorial workspace is Microsoft Fabric enabled workspace. So now we will see how you can use the services which are included within the Microsoft Fabric. So you don't have to do anything much. You just have to simply click on this new item button, and this will open a new pop-up window where you will see all the features which are available within Fabric. So I will first walk you through each one of them step by step, and then we will see how to create these items. So firstly, we have the options for visualizing the data. You can present your data as rich visualization and insight that can be shared with others. So the firstly, we have dashboard. So you can use it as a single page data story. Let's say if you have various Power BI reports available within your workspace, you can create a single dashboard using all these reports. We have the option for reports. Then there are few options which are right now available in preview. We have real time dashboard to visualize the key insights to share with your team. We have the scorecard, which will define, track, and share the key goals for your organization. So this part is related to visualizing the data. Next one is get data. So this is to import the data from the source. Let's say your data is residing in any Amazon cloud service or any SQL warehouse, and you want to import it into the one lake environment. So you can use any of these items. You can use the data pipeline. You can use the data flow generation 1, data flow generation 2. This is just similar to the Power Query editor interface. If you have used the Power BI, it will look exactly similar. I will show you this later. Then we have the event stream mirrored Azure Cosmos DB. Let's say any dataset is already available. You have already created a database. So you can simply click on this and replicate all the data from the existing source into this one lake environment. We have the option also for mirrored Snowflake. Then we can create notebook. We can write Python, PySpark code, PySQL code. We have the Spark job definition. So we have so many options to import the data from the source. Then there is option for store data. So this is to organize, query, and store your ingested data in an easily retrieval format. So firstly, we have the data mart, event house. Then we have event house, lake house, sample warehouse, semantic model, and warehouse. So right now we will focus on these two. The first one is lakehouse and the second one is warehouse. So lakehouse is used to store the big data for cleaning, querying, reporting, and sharing. And whereas warehouse is used to provide the strategic insight from multiple sources into your entire businesses. But the main difference between these two is though these both of these two will store the data, but the major difference is the warehouse will only store the structured data, but the lakehouse will store structure as well as unstructured data and also the semi-structured data. So lakehouse has this benefit, but in lakehouse we cannot transform our data. We cannot write the T-SQL statement, but that functionality is available within warehouse. Then moving ahead, we have the option for preparing the data. We can clean, transform, extract, and load your data for analysis and modeling tasks. So again, we have the data pipelines to transform the data. We have data flows. We can perform various transformation steps, just like we perform in the Power Query editor. And we can also again use the notebooks and Spark job definition if you want to perform any kind of transformation. And then we have the option for analyze and train data. It will be used to propose the hypothesis, train models, and explore your data to make decisions and predictions. So there are machine learning models, environments, AI skills, experiment, notebooks, and then moving ahead, there are few other options like you can track the data, how it is performing. We have KQL query set, reflex preview, event stream, event house. Then we have develop data option, and there are few other solutions. These are the industry focused solution. So you can find unique or third party provided functionality which will build Fabric core capabilities. So we have the option for healthcare data solution, retail solution, streaming dataset, and sustainability solution. So if you create any healthcare data solution, then you will get pre-created reports, pre-created machine learning models, and you just have to ingest the data and everything will be ready for you. So these are all the services. Now I will show you how you can create any lakehouse, warehouse, or how you can create items. So we will focus on few things first. So firstly, let's say if you want to create any notebook. So all you have to do is just click on this notebook option and then you have to enter the name. First, it will load the interface for the notebook. So we have this notebook ready. Firstly, you can rename it whatever you want to name it. In this way, you can rename the notebook, and then this is the environment which we get to write our code. So you can write code. We get this interface. Right now, you can see we are using PySpark Python, but you can change it from here. You can see that there are four options available: Spark Scala, Spark SQL, Spark R, and then we have T SQL. And here you can also see that lakehouse and warehouse option is available. So let's say if you have already created a lakehouse, then you can simply import that data and perform the transformation here. Or you can write the code and then import the data from any other source and then load it into the lakehouse or warehouse. So in this way, you can create the notebooks. Next, we will see how we can create lakehouse. So again, to create a lakehouse, you have to come to the new item. Then you have to click on this lakehouse and you have to name it. Whenever you click on this interface you will get, and here we have the option for get data. So you can import the data. You can upload a local file from your local machine. Then you can use data pipelines or data flow, which will help to import the data. There is also option for shortcut and event stream. And you can see there are two options. The one is table and the second one is files. So table is used to store the structured data and files is used to store the unstructured or semi-structured data. So in this way you can use the lakehouse to store your data, and in the similar way you can create a warehouse. You just have to again go to the new item and click on the warehouse option. In the data warehouse too, we have the option to import the data using the data flow generation tool or new data pipeline. And then we can also write the queries, whatever you want to write. If you want to transform your data using the SQL code, you can write it here. And there are model layout option also available. So once you have all the tables available, we can perform the data modeling just like we do in Power BI desktop app. You can do it similarly from here. So this is the way how you can create warehouse. So right till now we have seen how we can create notebook, how we can create lakehouse and warehouse. Now I will quickly walk you through data flow generation too, because this is the major part which will be used to import the data. And if you are familiar with Power BI, then you can easily relate with it. So this is the interface what we get for data flow. You can firstly rename it according to your requirement. Then this interface you might have seen in the Power BI. So first we get the option for get data. So you can simply click on more. So you can see how many so many options are available here. You can from where you can import the data, just like we import the data in Power BI. We have the option for Excel workbook, text files, SharePoint folder, Parquet files. Then we have data marts, Azure tables. There are so many options available. So anywhere your data is residing, you can simply import it within one lake using these data flows. And then you can perform any kind of transformation you want to perform, just like we do in the Power Query editor. And then you can simply add the destination for your data. You can see right now as we don't have any data, So this is grayed out, but once the data is available, you can click on this add data destination button, and then you can set the uh, path for your lakehouse or warehouse, wherever you want to store the data. So these are few things which are the major part of Microsoft Fabric services. And if you want to use the AI skills and Copilot, which if you have used ChatGPT, then Copilot is similar to it. But for that, you have to purchase the Microsoft Fabric Premium capacity, and after it only that functionality will be available, and then you can simply enter the prompts in natural language, and then Copilot will do that task for you. So this is all about Microsoft Fabric from my side. If you have any questions, then let me know.
Participants, now you can unmute yourself and you can ask any question.
Yeah, yeah, Anmol.
Hi Ritesh.
Have not much experience in Fabric, but I have good experience to work with the Synapse, which include dedicated Synapse as well as the serverless Synapse.
Okay,
So the challenge which we face over there is dedicated Synapse was not supporting the delta tables.
okay,
So that was the issue which we faced when we were doing implementation over there, and due to
yeah,
that, we converted the data back to the Parquet. So
okay.
that type of issue still persists over there in the in the Fabric as well.
I will share my experience when creating some few pipelines, data pipelines. There are few functionalities or few formats which are right now not supported in Microsoft Fabric because it is right now in the development phase. There are so many bugs available. So what we do is there is a Microsoft Fabric community which everyone can join, and whatever issue we face or whatever suggestions we can drop it here. Microsoft also conduct weekly calls so that they can get feedbacks on what are the things they can include or what are the things they can improve on. So we can suggest the things there, and then they will create tickets for it and work on it. Okay, so to migrate the existing projects, if you have already few workspace available in the Power BI, and then you can simply go to the workspace setting. Firstly, you have to purchase the Fabric license, and there are so many license types available, uh, and like F2, F64, F128, so many types because it depends on the capacity of the data. It depends on how much compute you want to use. So according to your requirement, you can purchase the license whichever suits your requirement. And once you get it, you can go to the workspace setting and change it to the Microsoft Fabric. And in this way, you can migrate your existing workspace to the Fabric workspace.
Okay, so on the behalf of multi-cloud for you, I would like to thank Anmol for delivering such a wonderful and informative session. And thank you all the participants for joining this session. Thank you.